It's Hurricane Preparedness Week, and the top tropical scientists are getting the word out by giving tours of their Hurricane Hunter aircraft.
Meteorologist Dan Amarenti joins us now. Dan, I know it was a long day for you yesterday, headed to Rhode Island, but boy, it must have been fun.
Oh, it was so cool. I mean, it was like
Great day for it too.
Yeah, it was beautiful, sunny. I got a little sunburnt, but it was just weather nerd heaven out there with everybody out there. It was just really fascinating. In Quonset, Rhode Island, at the Quonset State Airport, the huge C-130 Hercules and P-3 Orion aircraft were on display, and we got a unique look inside. Watch this.
It's no more than about 10 minutes old when it goes out to the world.
Imagine if your job was to fly into some of the strongest storms on Earth with only a few hours' notice. Once airborne, they drop weather sensors through a tube in the plane from around 10,000 feet, taking the pulse of a storm as it rages on.
When this comes out of the airplane, a little parachute will deploy.
That's the job these Air Force Hurricane Hunter crews are trying to accomplish. The data is essential, as these men and women are diving right into the heart of the beast, helping to save lives in the process.
There's no other means of getting data like this in a hurricane or a storm out in the middle of the water without us, aircraft reconnaissance.
Air Force meteorologist Ryan Rickert has been navigating this C-130 into hurricanes for years. Some of the big hurricane names like Irma, Maria, and Matthew were all sampled by Rickert's crew.
A typical mission's anywhere from 8 to 10 hours on average.
As part of the Hurricane Awareness Tour, media and a few future hurricane hunters got a rare opportunity to walk through the planes that literally slice right through the eye of the storm. Rickert tells us what people say when they find out he flies into Category 5s.
The first response would be, people do that? Like, they don't have any clue that we actually do that. Second is, you guys are crazy for doing that. Like, I would never do that in my lifetime. And third is, hey, can we do that? Can we fly with you?
Also, some of the top brass from FEMA and the Weather World were on hand, like National Hurricane Center Director Ken Graham.
To see the planes, to meet the heroes that are flying through hurricanes and getting us the data that we need at the Hurricane Center. So it's one thing to read it, it's another thing to live it, and we're living it here today.
But while the hurricane hunter's job is done once the storm makes landfall, Graham emphasized that the problems don't stop once the storm is done.
In many cases, the indirect fatalities after the storm are exceeding the direct fatalities during the storm.
So what he said there, that's why we have Hurricane Preparedness Week. The director is very passionate about reducing the number of tropical weather deaths, whether it be from rainfall or strong wind. And each day this week, that same crew will be flying down the East Coast, making stops in different locations to help people get ready for hurricane season, which runs from June through November. So we do get hurricanes here in Connecticut. You know, we Sandy,
sure.
Irene was a tropical storm. And they were saying it's not just about like the big Category 2 or 3 or even 1 storms. They call them Category None storms. They're storms that don't necessarily have a name, that are just heavy rainfall events where you get like 5 inches of rain in a day or something like that, and then we see flooding. And we have seen plenty of that in our history, even with the Connecticut River running above average the last couple of days. So just, you know, remember, turn around, don't drown, all of that. But
It's always the water.
Yeah, I know.
And I was talking, so the Air Force meteorologist I was talking to, he actually is trying to get me on a flight into one of the hurricanes at some point this hurricane season. So
that would
stay
be
tuned.
awesome.
You think that's going to happen?
We'll see next time.
Grease some palms or something? A little
Yeah.
And just, you know, just hitting them up on Twitter, trying to see if I can get on one of those flights. Let's go.
Keep it up.
Yeah.
Keep it up. All right, good stuff.